Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Ted Else Baseball Field. As tonight, your Chapmanville Tigers will take on Lincoln County High School. All right, let's go ahead and meet the utility players for the Panthers tonight. Number 7, Kason Topping. Number 15, Chris Wooten. Number 4, Isaac Bird. Number 1, Walker Kessel. Number 20, Bryson Humphrey. Now your starting lineup for tonight's game for the Panthers. Batting first, shortstop, number 12, Grady Atkins. Batting second, catcher, number 8, Talon Linville. Batting third, pitcher, number 23, Braden Starcher. And a 4th spot, left fielder, number 30, Colton Taylor. Batting 5th, center fielder, number 2, Grayson Ellis. Batting 6th, third baseman, number 16, Brady Eplin. Batting 7th, second baseman, number 10, Hunter Chapin. In the 8th spot, right fielder, number 18, Ben Racer. And batting 9th, first baseman, number 28, Braylon Peters. And now utility for the Tigers tonight. Number 4, Isaac Walters. Number 6, Lucas Price. Number 11, Justice Mann. Number 12, Andrew Topping. Number 15, Caleb Burford. Number 17, Corey Johnson. Number 19, Eli Messer. Number 25, Nate Easterling. Number 26, Braxton Kirk. Number 27, Gunnar Lucas. Number 32, Ian Plumley. And number 33, Eli Pridemore. And number 34, Drake Dickerson. And now, your starting lineup for the Tigers tonight. Batting first, left fielder, number 3, Luke Knight. Batting second, catcher, number 2, Talon Thompson. Batting third, shortstop, number 14, Brody Dalton. In the 4th spot, center fielder, number 9, Trey Butcher. Batting 5th, first baseman, number 16, Andrew Farley. In the 6th spot, designated hitter, number 8, Joey Canterbury. For the pitcher, number 1, A.J. Motto. Batting 7th, right fielder, number 13, Jacob Topping. Batting 8th, third baseman, number 18, Braylon Moore. And batting 9th, second baseman, number 7, Eli Saragoin. Special assistant tonight, Coach Cooper Evans. Head Coach Josh Rakes, assistants Darren Gobby and Trey Dalton. Tonight's game sponsor, Thornhill Superstore. All right, this time we'd like to ask everyone to please stand. Move your hats for tonight's opening invocation, which will be followed by the playing of our national anthem.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Ted Ellis Field here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, where tonight we have a matchup of cross-county rivals as the Chapmanville Tigers set to take on the Lincoln County Panthers. Chris Kidd here with you, Sydney May, our engineer, Robbie Mounts, our camera operator. I want to appreciate Officer Farrell for giving up his seat for me here tonight. Again, he said, "You're doing something important." I said, "If something breaks out here in the crowd tonight, I don't think they're going to scream for me." So I really do appreciate his kindness here this evening and making sure I got situated here as we get set to go to action here this evening on what is a cool evening. It's been a beautiful day today. First real signs of spring that we've seen here in the Chapmanville area, and it's really been a good wake-up call to see all the beautiful weather that hopefully is coming our way this spring. And hopefully we have another great night of baseball coming your way as Chapmanville, after winning that 1-0 pitcher's duel a week and a half ago against Scott, found themselves in some shootouts in the last couple of games. And now they send A.J. Motto to the mound here tonight, the junior lefty. Going to be interested in trying to pick up another win here for the Tigers as we look at the offense for Lincoln County here tonight. Leading things off will be Grady Atkins, the shortstop, followed by Talon Linville, the catcher. Then in the 3 spot, you have the opposing pitcher, Braden Starcher. In the 4 hole is Colton Taylor, the left fielder. In the 5 spot is center fielder Grayson Ellis. Batting 6th and playing third base will be Brady Eplin. In the 7th spot will be Hunter Chafin, the second baseman. In the 8 hole will be right fielder Ben Racer. And rounding out the Lincoln County lineup will be Braylon Peters, the first baseman. For Chapmanville out in the field here tonight. Around the outfield, it'll be Luke Knight in left field, Trey Butcher in center field, Jacob Topping in right field, who threw that gem against Scott a week and a half ago whenever we were with you here on Video Productions. Then you have Braylon Moore over at third base, Brody Dalton getting the call at shortstop here tonight, Eli Surgoin over at second base, Andrew Farley at first, and behind the dish will be Talon Thompson, the battering mate to A.J. Motto here tonight. So now Grady Atkins will stand in as we are set for first pitch here tonight from Chapmanville, West Virginia. We're glad you're with us here on Video Productions as Motto's fastball in for a strike on the outside corner, and we're underway. Motto rocks and delivers the 0-1. This one chopped right back to him. Easy play for Motto over to Farley in time for out number 1, and that's how things get started this evening. So now you will have Talon Linville, the catcher, batting in the number 2 spot for the Panthers here tonight. And again, good crowd as well here this evening during spring break in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as that went in for a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. We know we have a lot of people out of town, and we're glad that a lot of people are watching with us here this evening. And if you know you've got family that's out of town, they want to check in on the ball game, make sure you let them know that we've got it here on Video Productions. As little Rick Vaughn action there from A.J. Motto, as that one got away from him. It's just a little high. So count 1-1. And A.J.'s a really good kid. I have him in class as well in my AP course. You know, he's really quiet in class, but always fun to interact with, as that one comes a little inside 2-1. It comes with a fastball. That one's going to miss a little low, and the count runs to 3-1. You can see Motto reaching down, grabbing for some dirt around the mound right now. Perhaps a little perspiration that he's trying to get dried up. Get a little bit better grip on the ball as here comes a 3-1 pitch. This one hit high in the air to center field. Ranging over is Butcher. He'll camp under it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Now batting pitcher, number 23, Braden Starcher.
So Linville got the green light on 3-1 and couldn't come through, and that'll bring up Braden Starcher. Starcher will be the opposing pitcher here tonight against Motto. Trying to extend this top of the first inning for the Panthers. As this one ripped into left center field, that one's going to get down and all the way to the wall, as that one's going to be trying to get cut off by Knight. Not going to get there in time, and Starcher will be into second base standing up with a 2-out double. Starcher got every bit of that one all the way into left center field. And again, big ballpark here at Ted Ellis Field. Rivals a lot of major league ballparks in its distance in some spots. So this ballpark will hold a lot of hard hit balls. For instance, that one might have been out over in Scott. That Brody Dalton, who absolutely hammered one against Scott in the first inning. Last time I was with you here on Video Productions, definitely would have been out in a lot of ballparks, and there you see it on our instant replay. Starcher just splitting the difference out there in left center field between the center fielder and left fielder. Knight quick, but not quick enough to prevent the double that time, as Taylor fouls that one out of play, straight back over us, 0-1. So Lincoln County with a ground out and a fly out, but then Starcher with the double, breathing new life into this inning for the Panthers. Trying to see if they can strike first here, as that will miss as high, 1-1. Motto takes a glimpse out at second base. Here comes the pitch. This one's going to miss over the head. Quick snap throw down to second base, and almost in time, as Dalton got the tag on, but the ball got jarred loose that time. It had been close, but it looked like they were going to beat the throw down back to the bag anyway, but a nice try by Thompson that time. So he's got a cannon behind home plate. Now the count 2-1 to Taylor. This one going to be fouled straight back as well, as Taylor a little tardy on it. Count now evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Motto trying to pitch around this 2-out double and keep Lincoln County off the board here in the top of the first. This one ripped into left field. Knight backing up on it, trying to find it. Looks like he does, and he'll make the grab. Just about 15 feet away from the wall, and allowed out there for Taylor, but it gets the job done here in the top of the first inning as 1 hit, 1 man left on, and we head to the bottom of the first. No score here from Ted Ellis Field as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action with us right here on Video Productions. Welcome back, everybody, here at Ted Ellis Field. Chris Kidd with you, with Sidney Mayo, our engineer, and Robbie Mounts, our camera operator, as Luke Knight will lead things off here in the bottom of the first inning for the Chapmanville Tigers, going up against Starcher. As the big righty winds and delivers, fastball hit straight into center field. Backing up on it is Ellis. Finds it, and he'll make the grab for out number 1. So Knight aggressive right off the bat there, and that first pitch going after it. Another hard hit ball here this evening, but it finds another defender for the first out here, and that'll bring up Talon Thompson. Catcher for Chapmanville as Starcher winds and fires a fastball, misses high, 1-0. The defense for Lincoln County have Taylor in left field, Ellis in center field, Racer in right field, Eplin at third base, Atkins at shortstop, Chafin at second base, and Peters at first. As Thompson puts a charge into one into right field, Racer backing up on it, looking, it's going to get over his head and to the wall. Thompson rounds first, he'll dig for second, makes the turn for third. He's going to make a try for it. The throw is cut off, and Thompson will be in with a one-out triple. What a alert base running by Talon Thompson that time. He saw the ball, hadn't got to the cutoff man quite yet. And it was going to be a long throw for Chafin to try and get that to third base. Thompson tested the arm, and Lincoln County thought better of it. And now a chance for Brody Dalton to give Chapmanville an early lead here. As Limble behind home plate. Starcher on the mound just to complete the defense for the Panthers. That fastball miss outside, 1-0. See Tristan Thompson coming up the steps, a proud brother right now after Talon with that triple a moment ago. And Tristan, great ball player here in his own right for Chapmanville. That one will miss outside, 2-0. And there you see the instant replay of Thompson's blast getting over top of Racer. As we said, a lot of ballparks, that one would have been out. But this ballpark, it'll hold a lot. And that one just barely able to stay in as Dalton takes another fastball outside, 3-0. Starcher wanting no part of Dalton in this at-bat so far. Just trying to see if Dalton will get himself out more than anything at the moment. And right now Brody being patient with that, but he gets one here to groove, and he hits it hard into right field, but it's right at Racer. But that'll be enough to get Thompson home from third, and Chapmanville will take a 1-0 lead on the RBI sac fly from Brody Dalton. Trey Butcher, the center fielder, get his first plate appearance, and we've seen about 4 really hard balls hit here tonight so far in the first inning. They've all been Adam balls, just right at him. That one will miss inside, 1-0. So if you're unfamiliar with that term, it just means a ball that's struck really hard, but it's right at a defender, unfortunately, and that's the beauty and the disgust of baseball sometimes. You can hit a ball about 4 feet and get on base, and sometimes you put a charge into one about 300 feet and you end up getting out. This one's where he's ripped into left center field, curving over, and that's going to get over top of Taylor. As Butcher will round first, dig for second. He's going to maybe try for third, but he'll hold up. As that time Atkins able to get the cutoff throw in time, and Butcher finds the gap and gives Chapmanville another opportunity here in the bottom of the first inning as Andrew Farley will stand in. Andrew Farley had the big single in the bottom of the ninth inning against Scott that set things up for the Tigers to win that game later on in the inning. And there you see Butcher. That ball was slicing away into left center field, and Taylor had a tough angle on it and couldn't come up with it. This fastball misses high to Farley, 1-0. This is a Chapmanville offense that's very aggressive. They'll get up there and take their swings and their hacks. And they've been on fire as of late as Farley a line drive, but right at Starcher, who makes the snag for out number 3. So another hard hit ball by the Tigers, but that one right at Starcher, and that'll end the bottom of the first inning. But the Tigers with a triple and a double able to get on the board here first with 2 hits in the bottom of the first inning and a run scored on the RBI sac fly by Brody Dalton. It's 1-0 as we head to the top of the second inning. We'll be back after this as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action here on Video Productions. When his butt gets up there. Productions. Chris Kidd with you, with Sydney Mayo, with Robbie Mouse, our engineer. Yeah, sorry, Sydney asked me, when do you want to go back? I said, well, as soon as his butt gets up there. Well, that's okay. Safer than the other language I could have used at that point. Sydney just wanted me back on the air, so I'd shut up off the air. But it'll be Grayson Ellis, Brady Eplin, and Hunter Chafin here in the top of the second inning for the Lincoln County Panthers. It's a little bit of a breaking ball that time. Nice pitch by Motto as it caught the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. Now that one is off the end of the bat. Tough bleeder, and that one's going to get over top of Farley, and that one's going to land in no man's land for a leadoff hit. That was a little nubber off the end of the bat that just had enough to creep its way over top of Farley's outstretched arms. Now the tying run aboard for the Panthers, and that'll bring up Brady Eplin, the third baseman. You see it here in our little general store instant replay. It looked like a surefire out, but Farley just lost track of it. Burgoyne tried to back it up. Thankfully, he was there, prevented extra bases. This one right back to Motto. Could be two. On to second. Low throw dug out over there. On to first. And in time, double play. What a turn that time by Burgoyne as he dug that ball out of the ground and a quick trigger over to first base to retire both Ellis and Eplin.
Second baseman, number 10, Hunter.
And that'll bring up Hunter Chafin. It's only 4 pitches this inning and a lot of action on all of them. So 2 out now, nobody on. And Chafin, the second baseman, takes the ball high, 1-0. Again, we'll take a look at it here on our instant replay. Again, Motto, tough to throw off that mound whenever you're ranging away like that. So again, Motto did a good job of getting that right in the direction of Burgoyne. That one fouled off to the right, 1-1. And if you're used to standing on the rubber in that elevated stance and all of a sudden you have to come off the mound, it's about maybe a foot drop off from where Motto was, and that's just enough to throw off your angle whenever you're trying to throw there. So Motto did a good job of just getting it in Burgoyne's direction as that one will miss over the head of Thompson. Now 2-1. Again, Motto's had a couple of those get away from him tonight. Might just be part of his strategy. I know I'd be a little off balance too if I didn't know where it was coming from. But now Motto will step off here. Motto's done a good job, though, finding the strike zone here in the early going. Yet to walk a batter. He's pitched to contact so far here tonight, and that one will be right down the pipe, 2-2. Again, a little bit different from what we saw with Jacob Topping, who struck out 12 batters against Scott. It's like they said in, I believe it was Bull Durham, ground balls are more democratic. This one hit high in the air to the right side. Could be playable. Ranging over is Topping. He'll definitely have room, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So despite the leadoff hit, a double play and a pop-out in the hopes for the Panthers in the top of the second inning. Chapmanville will take a 1-0 lead into the bottom of the second. We'll be back right after this as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action right here on Video Productions. Back here at Ted Ellis Field, Chris Kidd with you. Sydney May, our engineer. Robbie Mounts, our camera operator. As it'll be Joey Canterbury, the designated hitter, to start things off here in the bottom of the second inning. He'll take a fastball outside from Starcher, missing 1-0. So Canterbury batting in place of A.J. Motto, the pitcher. Also see Jacob Topping and Braylon Moore this inning. So the 6, 7, 8 hitters for the Tigers as he reaches down and digs that one out as it crawls all around Chafin. Still can't find it. And reaching base will be Canterbury. So we'll see how they score that one on the big board after this. But, man, that ball hit and just curled all around Chafin like it was a bug that was on him. And he never could quite get the spin to die down enough to have a play over at first. And it looks like they're going to rule that an error on the second baseman. You'll see it here on our instant replay. Again, Canterbury just golfed that ball out of the ground and just climbed over the top of Chafin. As first pitch swinging by Topping, and that one's going to fall into right field for a hit. So the first 2 men on here in the bottom of the second for Chapmanville. And that'll bring up Braylon Moore.
For Chapmanville, third baseman, number 18, Braylon Moore.
And Moore had a couple of really nice defensive plays against Scott in that 1-0 win over a week ago. I apologize that that's the game I referenced, but that is my reference point at this time. Again, where I coach tennis in the spring as well, it's a little bit harder to try and keep up with some of the baseball action, but I do the best I can as Moore will lay down a bunt at the first base side, perfectly done and executed, as Peters will throw over to Chafin. Chafin had a little bit of trouble there with the bag, may have hurt himself a little bit as he comes up limping a little. Hopefully he'll be all right. But Moore able to execute the sacrifice bunt. He moves both runners into scoring position. And that'll bring up Eli Surgoin, the number 9 hitter. So Surgoin with a base hit. Could give A.J. Motto a good bit of breathing room here as that one fouled straight back into the screen, 0-1. We're here in the bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Chapmanville on the RBI sac fly from Brody Dalton in the bottom of the first inning. That scored Talon Thompson after the triple he had. So that one will miss over the head of Surgoin, 1-1. That one jams Surgoin. That'll come straight back toward us, and that'll just get over the bleachers and over into the walkway, and that'll move the count to 1-2. This could be a big out here. Starcher could strike out Surgoin. Haven't had a strikeout on either side just yet. Starcher taking his time, looking over at third, and time will be called. Butcher doing all he can to distract Starcher. Here comes the 1-2 to Surgoin. That one's going to come inside, and Surgoin able to duck out of the way again, 2-2. There's another one inside, a check swing, but they say he didn't go around. Oh, now they appeal, and they say he did go around. Again, the home plate umpire looked like he shook his head no, but they appealed down to second base. And they say that Surgoin did go around, and that'll be the first strikeout of the evening on either side. The batter now will be Luke Knight. Knight flew out to center field to start things off in the top of the first inning. Oh, and now that could be a balk possibly, and it will. They'll call it a balk, and that'll score a run for Chapmanville. As Butcher will come home, and the Tigers now lead it 2-0. So that's one way to get a run across. And that'll move the runner over to third base as well. As Knight takes a rip at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. And I should say that was Canterbury that scored, excuse me, and Topping now over at third base. Knight still an opportunity to extend this lead for Chapmanville, a run in each inning so far. That one will miss outside, 1-1. Starcher comes inside, and did it hit Knight? It did, and that'll put Luke Knight over at first base. As he's hit by a pitch, and that'll put runners at the corners for Talon Thompson.
Now batting for Chapmanville, catcher number 2, Talon Thompson.
Thompson tripled in the first inning, later scored on the RBI sac fly by Brody Dalton. We'll see if they put Knight in motion here. I'd say you'll definitely see that from the Tigers to try and get 2 in scoring position. We'll see if Linville wants to try and test and throw Knight out. If so, that would leave them well open to the runner scoring from third. And there goes Knight. There will not be a throw contested. So that will put runners now at second and third once again for the Tigers. Count 1-0 to Thompson. Fastball right down Broadway, catches Knight looking, 1-1. Starcher rocks with a fastball, got it right in on the hands of Knight, fouls it straight back and out of play, 1-2. Another opportunity here for Starcher to limit the damage in the bottom of the second inning. 1 run already in. But a chance for a couple of more if Knight can find a hole in the outfield. Here comes the 1-2. That one's going to get away, and that one off the glove of Linville, but not far enough for Topping to try and contest taking home. The count now evens up at 2-2. Brody Dalton standing on deck for the Tigers. Starcher definitely doesn't want to walk Thompson in this situation. Starcher comes to the fastball, and boy, Thompson jumped all over that, but he'll foul it off over towards the mountainside. Yeah, well, if you're a freshman on the team, you're not going to have a fun time going after that one. As the old rule of thumb with Roger Gertz, if you're a freshman, you're going to do something during the game, and boy, those guys always crawl all over the place on that embankment to try and find those balls as Thompson once again jumps on that pitch. Just a little out in front on the last two. He's timing up Starcher's fastball pretty well here. So let's see if Starcher tries to come with something off speed after those last 2 pitches. So another 2-2. That one's going to miss outside. Now the count runs full. Again, you've got Brody Dalton, probably the biggest bat in this lineup, standing on deck for Chapmanville. Should Thompson be able to reach here, and he will, ball 4. So a great battle there by Thompson. He was down 1-2 in the count. Battled his way all the way back to get a walk.
Andrew, shortstop number 14,
Brody Dalton as the lone RBI in this game for Chapmanville with a sac fly in the first inning. A chance for a lot more here as the WVU committee going to play baseball there next year. Trying to open up a big inning here for the Tigers. His first pitch misses outside, 1-0. Ooh, and Dalton took a big rip at that one. You can see he's a little frustrated with himself after that. He thought he had one to drive. The count now at 1-1. Lincoln County's outfield shaded over towards the right side, leaving left center field open at the moment. And that may have been where Dalton was trying to take that one. 1-1, curveball misses inside, 2-1. Again, bases loaded for Chapmanville, a run already in on a balk earlier this inning. Dalton trying to make this a big inning, put a big crooked number up on the board for the Tigers. The 2-1. This one hammered into center field, ranging over is Ellis, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. Boy, Brody Dalton has crushed 2 balls here tonight, one to right field and one to center field, but right at a defender each time. And Lincoln County can take a sigh of relief after that, as Chapmanville will leave the bases loaded here in the bottom of the second inning. But they do plate another run to take a 2-0 lead as we head to the top of the third. Back after this, as you are watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action with us here on Video Productions. Top of the third inning we move with Chapmanville. 1 run in the bottom of the first and bottom of the second to take a 2-0 lead. Chris Kidd here with you with Sidney May, our engineer, Robbie Mounts, our camera operator. As Lincoln County has dodged a bullet in both innings, even though they've surrendered a run, it could be a lot worse right now. We'll see if the Panthers are able to capitalize off of their new life here. So it'll be 8, 9, and 1 hitters this inning. Ben Racer, Braylon Peters. And then back to the top of the order with Grady Adkins. This will be the first plate appearance tonight for Racer. Motto, fastball miss upstairs, 1-0. It goes right through the 5-hole there on Motto as the throw back a little low, as Sirgoin will come over to give him some assistance. As this one hit high in the air and out of play towards the right. So they're trying to alert some of the patrons walking over along the first base side. Now 1-1 the count. Motto rocks and delivers. That fastball is going to miss just off the plate, and now the count at 2-1. Again, Motto yet to relinquish a walk in this contest. This one hit down the left field line, hooking, and it will just get foul. As Racer looked like he might have extra bases that time, but just got around on it a little too quick. Motto's still looking for his first strikeout as well here tonight. He's given up 2 hits, but other than that, been able to pitch to contact, get a lot of pop outs and ground outs so far. Now the count's going to run full at 3-2. This will be the first payoff pitch of the evening, given from Motto's in. Here it comes. That one's going to miss high and over the head of Racer for ball 4. This will be the second straight inning. The Panthers have gotten the leadoff man on, and that'll bring up Braylon Peters, the number 9 hitter. And Last inning it was Eplin that hit into a double play right back to Motto after a leadoff single from Ellis. So Lincoln County hoping for a different result this time up. Motto's first pitch misses upstairs again, 1-0. So a lot of Motto's pitches starting to climb the ladder now here in the last couple of batters. See if he can get himself steadied and get this back down around the strike zone where he's been so successful here in the first couple of innings. Once again, though, missing high, 2-0, and that's going to bring out Thompson to try and settle down his hurler. As Trey Dalton, the assistant coach, will bring out some new baseballs here. And again, this is not going to be a community meeting up on the mound, as Thompson just trying to get Motto to fix his location at the moment. Again, a chance for Lincoln County to turn things around back to the top of the order with a couple men on, if so, and there's another one misses high, 3-0. Lincoln County doing the right thing at the moment, just kind of waiting Motto out just to see if he can find the strike zone again. There's the 3-0, that'll miss high again, and that'll be ball 4 on 4 pitches. So Motto walks the number 8 and number 9 hitters, and now it's back to the top of the order to Grady Adkins. And now this will bring a community visit to the mound. As Trey Dalton will come and visit here with everyone. Again, Chapmanville, as we said, had a couple opportunities to break the game open early, but unable to drive in a couple of runs with base or people on base. And now Lincoln County, who stranded one runner in scoring position back in the top of the first inning, trying to see if they can even this up or perhaps even take the lead themselves here in the top of the third. It's Grady Adkins, the leadoff man for the Panthers, grounded out right back to Motto to start the game this evening. See if Lincoln County continues to take pitches here. Motto's missed on his last 6 deliveries. Not this time as he catches the inside corner for a strike, 0-1. So good job by Motto settling back in here. The 0-1 is right around where you wanted it to be, just a little off the plates. Now 1-1 the count. Runners get their lead from first and second base. Motto checks on him. Fastball swung on a missed, 1-2. This will be a great time for Motto to find his first strikeout of the evening. Try and get back into that groove he was in the first and second inning. Comes inside with that fastball, 2-2 the count. Motto again checks on the runner at second. The 2-2 off speed, caught him looking, strike 3. Nice pitch there by Motto for his first strikeout of the night, and that'll bring up Talon Linville. Linville flew out to right field his first time up. And you got Starcher standing on deck, who has one of the 2 hits here tonight. So he ripped that double into left center field. So this will be a big batter for Motto to try and go after. Misses inside and low, 1-0. Squaring the bunt pulled back. Now they throw down to second base. It's going to get away from Dalton, but not too far to where Racer's going to make an attempt for third base. It's count now to 2-0. Thompson doing everything he can to try and keep these runners at bay out at second base. It's the second attempt we've seen him on a throw down to second base. You see it here in our little general instant replay. And again, he's gotten such a quick release from behind the dish. It can catch you off guard if you're standing out there, fall asleep at second base. Now the count 2-1 as that fastball hits the strike zone for Motto. You see Motto taking his time here. Here's the 2-1, squaring the bunt again, pulling back, and now the runner takes off for third. Throw down's going to be well in time from Thompson, and he is out. And you can tell by the third base coach for Lincoln County, he did not understand why Racer took off in that situation. He just had his hands out, basically saying, "What are you doing?" So that was something that evidently was not called from the dugout or from the third base coach. Racer may have thought that that was a bunt attempt, and instead the inning disappears in a heartbeat for the Panthers as a swing and a miss, strike three on Linville retires the Panthers here in the top of the third. So Lincoln County dodged a bullet in the bottom of the second inning, and A.J. Motto does the same here in the top of the third as he keeps the Panthers off the scoreboard. We're through 2.5 innings here from Ted Ellis Field, and the Chapmanville Tigers lead it 2-0. You're watching Tiger baseball action with us right here on Video Productions.
Leading off for the Tigers, center fielder number 9, Trey Butcher.
Welcome back, everybody, here to Ted Ellis Field. Chris Kidd with you, Sidney Mayo, our engineer, and Robbie Mounts, our camera operator, as the Tigers hold a 2-0 lead. They come to bat for the third time here tonight. They've plated a run in the top, bottom, and the first and bottom of the second inning. It'll be the 4, 5, and 6 hitters. Trey Butcher takes a strike from Starcher, 0-1. Butcher doubled to left center field his first time up back in the bottom of the first inning, but was later stranded there. So there's a swing and a miss on that one. Count 0-2. Starcher has been in trouble since the opening pitch of this game from this Chapmanville offense. Would love nothing more than a quick inning here, especially after the way the Panthers threatened in the top of the third inning. That's a nice curveball there from Starcher, but a good eye from Butcher to lay off of it. Count now to 1-2. Comes back with gas, and it's ripped into right field by Butcher, and that'll be a leadoff single for Chapmanville. And for the second straight inning, Chapmanville will have the leadoff man on, and that'll bring up Andrew Farley.
First baseman number 16, Andrew Farley.
And that fastball is just tattooed by Butcher, so he's 2 for 2 tonight now with a single and a double. And Andrew Farley, he had a hard hit ball back in the first inning, but lined out right back to Starcher, which left Butcher out at second base as there's a fastball misses inside, 1-0. Again, just feels like it's one of those games that Chapmanville is destined for a big inning. It's just a matter of when. Fastball. Farley took a peek at it, but it misses on the outside corner, 2-0. Now Starcher with a lazy throw over to first base that time. Just more of a semi-check on Butcher to make sure that he's not going to cheat over too far. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. Tries to hit the inside corner but misses, and now the count moves to 3-0. So a chance for Chapmanville to get the first two men on here in the bottom of the third inning. So they were able to last inning. They only got one run out of it, and that one will be ball 4 inside.
Now batting, designated hitter number 8, Joey Canterbury.
So now Joey Canterbury will stand in. He reached on an error his first time up. You know, the sharp hit ball out at second base that just ate up Chafin and couldn't make a play on it. And now that'll bring a visit to the mound for Lincoln County, much as it did in the top of the third inning for Chapmanville, and it appeared to work for Motto as he was able to get out of a first and second, no outs jam. Starcher looking to try and do the same here should he remain in the game, which it appears that he's going to. But Lincoln County knows what a pivotal moment this is in the bottom of the third inning. They're already trailing 2-0. Haven't been able to reach third base yet, even though they threatened last inning against Motto. But they know they don't want this to get too far out of reach, especially with Chapmanville's ability to put up runs in a heartbeat. Now the visit is over. Starcher remains on the mound, and Canterbury will get ready to climb in. So Starcher will take a look out at second base. Butcher to his lead. Canterbury takes a fastball high, 1-0. Butcher out to a big lead now at second base, and that fastball is going to miss off the plate, 2-0. That's now 6 straight balls thrown by Starcher. He's fought with his control since last inning, and he's walked 2 now. He's hit a batter. And Canterbury gets one right down the middle, but flies it into left field right at Taylor. He'll camp under it, make the grab for out number 1. So that'll bring up Jacob Topping.
Now batting, right fielder number 13, Jacob Topping.
Topping singled to right field his first time up. Take a look at Canterbury here on our little general store instant replay. Again, got into that one, but once again, just right at a defender. Now Topping trying to increase this lead for Chapmanville as that fastball misses inside. Starcher readies. That one's going to miss inside as well, 2-0. As Chapmanville head coach Josh Rake standing over at third base, giving instructions to Topping. He's got a hitter's count now at 2-0. See if Starcher grooves him one right down the plate. Instead, he misses high and away, and it's 3-0. So a chance for Chapmanville to load the bases for the second straight inning. Topping batting in the number 7 spot. We'll see if he gets the green light here on 3-0. And he'll take it low, ball 4. So 2 walks in the last 3 batters now. Will give an opportunity to Braylon Moore.
Third baseman number 18, Braylon Moore.
Moore had a sacrifice bunt his first time up. opportunity here with one out for Chapmanville to try and break the game open. Moore takes a rip at it, heads towards shortstop, and it's going to be knocked down there by Atkins, but he's not going to have a play, and Chapmanville will take a 3-0 lead. And once again, we'll see how that gets scored.
Now batting second baseman number 7, Eli Sergor.
At the moment, it appears it's going to be scored as a hit, and it will be. So that'll be an RBI single for Braylon Moore. That'll bring up Eli Sergoin. Takes a rip at the first pitch. That one fading fast in right field, coming on, and a sliding attempt made. Was it caught? No! They say that Racer didn't come up with it. All runners will move up, and everyone's going to be safe as Farley crosses the dish. And it is now 4-0 in favor of Chapmanville.
Now batting.
Tough play for Racer out in right field as he came on quick, but that ball was just sinking in a hurry. And that'll be an RBI single for Sergoin. So that's now 7 hits on the game for Chapmanville. And Luke Knight will stand in with the bases still loaded. First pitch missed a little upstairs, 1-0. Knight tonight flew out to center field in the first inning and was hit by a pitch in the second inning. That one's going to miss off the plate, 2-0. And you got to feel like if Knight reaches here that might be it for Starcher this evening, as he started to lose command here in last several batters. That one golfed into center field. Backing up on it is Ellis, and can't make the play. It gets over his head. 1 run will score. Now here comes another to the plate. All runners around the merry-go-round at the moment, and Chapmanville will now take a 6-0 lead as both Topping and Moore cross. And that'll put runners at second and third for Chapmanville. And now here comes another visit to the mound. And as I said, you figured that might be it if Starcher couldn't get that out. And I'd say that will be it this evening, as 1 out, 2 RBI double for Knight. It's given Chapmanville a 6-0 lead, and we said at the start of this inning, felt like Chapmanville was destined for a big inning with the way they'd started this game, and right now they're in the midst of it. And now after a brief conversation, Starcher will be pulled here, and we'll get a different glove and go out into the field. So while this pitching change takes place, we'll step aside for a break and be back after this with Chapmanville leading at 6-0. You're watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action with us right here on Video Productions. 6-0 Chapmanville here in the bottom of the third inning. Chris Kidd with you, Sydney Mayo, our engineer, with Robbie Mounts, our camera operator. Standing in now will be Talon Thompson. His first pitch is a ball outside. As Braylon Peters has come on now to take over on the bump for Starcher. It's just a quick switch from first to pitcher for both sides. Starcher now over at first base. Count now 1-1 to Thompson. Thompson 1 for 1 tonight. Tripled to right field his first time up and later scored and then walked in the second inning. That one misses outside. 2-1 now the count to Thompson. And Chapmanville 4 runs in already this inning on 4 hits. Looking for more here as Thompson waiting patiently on Peters. That one will miss low and away. Now 3-1. So Peters could possibly be getting a rude welcome to this game. If he walks Thompson, he'll have to face Brody Dalton next with the bases loaded. Comes right after Thompson, the fastball that time, and misses. 3-2. Now with the payoff pitch coming. This one hammered high in the air to right center field. Coming on as it sinks fast now. Racer was playing back, and that one's going to land in front of him. 1 run will score. Rounding third, coming to the plate. There will be no throw, and Chapmanville takes an 8-0 lead as both Surgoin and Knight plate. And that is now 6 runs this inning for the Tigers. Some fun lead-up music for Brody Dalton, going with Taylor Swift. And you know what? Good choice. Now Brody, he's been Mr. Unlucky so far here tonight as he's crushed 2 balls, but one right at the right fielder, the other right at the center fielder. So take a strike, 0-1. Chance to continue this inning. Runner will go as it's a curveball is going to miss, and that'll be an easy steal for Thompson. He picked the right pitch to go on. That'll put him just 90 feet away from being the 7th run this inning. If Dalton can make contact here, as the defense playing back on the infield still. That one will be in on the inside corner for a strike. Now 1-2 to Dalton. Peters came with a curveball that time, and Dalton just got a piece of it as he fouls it back to the screen. 1-2 now the count to the Chapmanville shortstop, and state champion in basketball just a couple of weeks ago. That's the 3rd title for Chapmanville in basketball in 6 years now. And Dalton a huge part of it this season. That will miss outside. 2-2. Readies himself. This one comes inside. Dalton charges one into right field, hooking towards the line, and that'll be fair. Dalton will round first. He'll get to second. Easy stroll into home for Thompson, and Chapmanville takes a 9-0 lead now as Dalton finally able to catch a break after he crushed 2 balls. He crushes that one as well, and it was able to hang in there against the line. That'll bring up Trey Butcher again. Chapmanville is batted around now here in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Butcher started things off this inning with a single to right field. Butcher is 2 for 2 on the evening, double to left field, single to right field earlier in the inning. That ball had some movement on it, but couldn't find the strike zone for Peters. Count now 1-0. Still only one out here in the bottom of the third inning. So it was a fly out from Canterbury. That one a fastball right down the pipe. 1-1 now the count. Comes with curveball that time and getting a good piece of it, but fouled off towards the left side and out of play. Butcher finds himself in a 1-2 hole now. As Peters looking for the second out of the inning. Peters takes a look out at Dalton at second base, and Dalton's going to go on the pitch. This one's going to be fouled off, though, once again towards the left side. Almost about in the same location. You can see Dalton getting that walking lead out at second base, just kept going and going and going before Peters got into his windup, and he had an excellent jump that time. This time Dalton will stay, and this one's going to be ripped into left field. Coming on is Taylor, but he's not going to be able to get there, and that'll bring Dalton to the plate. Butcher will take off for second, and he'll be in standing up. And a 3-hit day so far for Trey Butcher.
Now batting first baseman number 16, Andrew Barley.
Butcher picks up his first RBI of the evening. And Chapmanville now with 8 runs here in the bottom of the third to take a 10-0 lead. So technically Chapmanville just 6 outs away from putting this game to bed at the moment with the 10-run rule. As Farley will foul this one out of play to the right. That'll hit off the top of the Chapmanville dugout. Farley walked earlier this inning. He's 0 for 1 tonight. Lined out back to Starcher in the first inning. Curveball hit high in the air on the infield. Chafin ranging over. And he'll make the grab for out number 2.
Now batting designated hitter number 8, Joey Canterbury.
So Canterbury, who made the first out of the inning, just witnessed the second out of the inning in the on-deck circle. It had been a while since a Lincoln County out had been recorded. But now Canterbury a chance to keep this inning going. He reached on an error in the second inning, flew out to left field his first time up as that pitch hits and gets away from Linville. And that'll be an easy stroll over to third base for Butcher. So a chance for another run for Chapmanville standing at third base, and now you get another one of those wild pitches. It'll be an easy score for Butcher, who's got a lot of speed on the base path. That one's going to come inside. I don't know how Canterbury got out of the way of that. That seemed destined to catch him right in the arm, but now the count 2-0. Canterbury lifts one high in the air to left field. Taylor going back for it, looking for it. It's up against the wall, and that'll be another double for Chapmanville as Taylor struggling to dig it out of the wall, finally does. But Canterbury gets in on the action now.
Now batting right fielder number 13,
as he'll get an RBI double. And that seems to be the theme of the inning, RBI double after RBI double. And it is now an 11-0 lead for Chapmanville here in the bottom of the third inning. That'll bring up Jacob Topping, who singled in the second inning, walked earlier this inning. As Peters misses outside with a fastball, 1-0. Chapmanville's just been circling around from second base to home plate most of this inning. Topping looking to continue that. Oh, nice breaking ball there. Had Topping off balance, fouled it off though, 1-1. I'd say there's nobody happier than A.J. Motto in the dugout right now. as his offense has given him more than enough ammo to go back on the mound in the top of the fourth inning. Count 2-1 now to Topping. This one lifted into the air, out of play to the left. That's been the popular spot this inning for foul balls, and now the count to 2-2. Topping is the 13th batter to come to the plate this inning for Chapmanville. Here's the 2-2. Swung on a missed, strike three, as Peters eliminates Chapmanville here in the bottom of the third inning, but not before Chapmanville erupts for 9 runs, and they take an 11-0 lead into the top of the fourth inning. We'll be back after this break as you're watching Chapmanville Tiger baseball action with us right here on Video Productions. Top of the fourth inning, we head finally after Chapmanville sent 13 batters to the plate in the bottom of the third inning and plated 9 runs to take an 11-0 lead. Chris Kidd with you, Sidney Mayo, our engineer, with Robbie Mounts, our camera operator. As it'll be the heart of the order for Lincoln County this inning. Braden Starcher, Colton Taylor, and Grayson Ellis. Starcher had a loud double to left center field his first time up off of Motto, and he'll take a strike to start out the top of the fourth, 0-1. This one hit a mile high in the air to left center field. Knight backing up on it towards the fence, and the ballpark will hold it for out number 1. So a very long fly out there from Starcher.
Number 30, Colton Taylor.
And that'll bring up Colton Taylor. Taylor flew out to end the first inning. Trying to get something going for Lincoln County, because at the moment they're down to their last 5 outs. As you see, Starcher's towering fly ball into left field that Knight was able to locate and make the grab for the first out of the inning, as Taylor fouls the first pitch straight back, 0-1. That one's going to skip in the dirt and miss low. Gets stopped by Thompson, 1-1. Tries to get him on the outside corner, but just misses, and now the count 2-1. That's really been about the only thing that's been troublesome tonight for Chapmanville is throws back to the pitcher, as Motto and Thompson have been off cue a few times. Thankfully, though, nobody on whenever that's happened. This one hammered down the left field line, but that one's going to hook foul against the mountainside. Motto gets the count back even to 2-2. Thompson thought that they might have had that one, but instead count moves to 3-2. That's a comforting thing for Motto, though, right now with this lead. You don't really have to pitch around anybody. You can just come right after everybody. That time he does, and Taylor almost made him pay for it again. There's another one that's fouled off against the mountainside. So there's going to be a lot of hill climbers over the next couple days here for Chapmanville, I'd imagine. See if they can locate some of these balls. He comes inside and misses to Taylor. Ball 4.
Now batting number 2, Grayson Ellis.
That's the third walk given up tonight from Motto, and that'll bring up Grayson Ellis, the center fielder. Ellis had a hit off the end of the bat to start the second inning that got over top of Farley's head. But then he was erased from the base path on the very next pitch on a double play. Count 1-0 to Ellis. 11-0 lead for Chapmanville, scoring 9 runs in the bottom of the third inning. So Ellis, that one off the end of the bat as well, and that one's going to go right over to Moore in foul ground, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. Actually, that may be a new defender over at third base now for Chapmanville. Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like Ian Plumley's mullet over there. That is Ian Plumley. I've got him in 5th period. He's a fun kid. Yeah, Ian Plumley now over at third base, and he makes the grab for out number 2. And that'll bring up Brady Eplin, who hit into that double play back in the second inning. So he goes chasing after a high fastball there and comes up empty, 1-1. That time, Eplin a little unsure of that swing, but fouled it off anyway, straight back. But now that puts the count at 1-2. It's Motto, who battled his way out of that third inning jam with a couple of strikeouts, looking for another one here, as that one's going to be fouled back straight towards us and Robbie Mounts. That'll just get out of play. By out of play, I mean also away from the bleachers and patrons in the stands. And a few people thought they might have a brief souvenir there, although all foul balls have to be returned. Remember, I caught one time at a high school game, and I thought it was a souvenir, and they said, no, you got to give that back. Once again, it'll be fouled straight back by Eplin. Heard that hit something. If that was Robbie, oh no. Yeah, it sounded like it caught something. Hopefully nobody's car was behind there. That's why I park a country mile away. If they're going to catch my car, they deserve it. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Motto, nice location that time on the outside corner. And Chapmanville keeps Lincoln County scoreless through 4, and now Chapmanville just 3 outs away from a 10-run Mercy Rule win, but they come to the plate at least one more time here, trying to see if they can pad onto this lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th. You're watching Chapmanville Tiger Baseball with us right here on Video Productions. 11-0 Chapmanville leads it as we head to the bottom of the fourth inning. Chris Kidd with you, Sydney May, our engineer, Robbie Mounts, sitting on top of the press box right now, filming for us here this evening. As Ian Plumley will get his first plate appearance of the evening. He'll take a strike, 0-1. As Plumley is batting in place of Braylon Moore in the number 8 spot. Curveball comes in and misses, 1-1. That one will skip and get away, and the count moves to 2-1. As Walker Kessel now on the mound for Lincoln County. And again, with the score what it is, perhaps just trying to get some work in as Lincoln County for a few of their other pitchers right now. That one's going to miss over the head of Plumley, and now 3-1. Kessel comes to the fastball, and that time Plumley rips it back into the screen. His count moves full now at 3-2. Chapmanville sent 13 batters to the plate last inning, scoring 9 runs. They've scored in each plate or each of their half inning so far here tonight. Whoa, there's a nasty curveball by Kessel as that one drops right into the strike zone for strike 3. That'll bring up Eli Surgoin. Surgoin 1 for 2 tonight. He struck out in the second inning, had an RBI single in the third inning. His fastball to him hits it straight into center field. Backing up on it is Ellis. Finally locates it, and he'll make the grab for out number 2. So 2 up, 2 down for Chapmanville here in the bottom of the fourth inning. And that'll bring up Luke Knight.
Number 3, Luke.
Knight flew out to center field in the first inning, was hit by a pitch in the second inning, and then had a 2 RBI double in the third inning. Curveball doesn't catch the inside corner, 1-0. Kessel comes right back with it, and that time he will catch the plate, 1-1 the count. Knight squares to bunt, but pulls back, and that will miss off the plate, 2-1. Chapmanville looking for a little bit more insurance right now with an 11-0 lead. As we said, they're 3 outs away from the 10-run mercy rule in the top of the 5th inning. That one's going to miss low, 3-1. Kessel was able to strike out Plumley to start the inning. And they're going to fly out from Surgoin right after that. Knight takes a rip at the 3-1 and fouls it off along the first base side. He was able to battle back from 3-1 down against Plumley to strike him out. Now trying to do the same here against Knight. This count runs full to the Chapmanville left fielder. This one hit high in the air to center field. Ellis once again with a play on it, ranges over, and he'll make the grab for out number 3. So 1-2-3 inning for Chapmanville, but they're just 3 outs away now from picking up another much-needed win. As we head to the top of the 5th inning, Tigers lead 11-0. You're watching Chapmanville Tigers baseball action with us right here on Video Productions. Joey Canterbury on the hill now for the Chapmanville Tigers, looking to see if he can record what could be the final 3 outs of the evening. Chris Kidd with you, alongside me, Sydney Mayo. There's Robbie Mounts with us as our camera operator here tonight. And A.J. Motto, good work here tonight. 4 innings through for him, only giving up 2 hits on the evening, with 3 strikeouts and 3 walks. So good effort by Motto on the bump, and Canterbury now in trying to shut things down here, as it could be a 10-run rule for the Tigers unless Lincoln County can plate 2 runs this inning. As Hunter Chatham falls behind quickly, 0-2 as Canterbury, violent windup, violent delivery. He gets some heat on that fastball, and he comes right back with it, and bang, 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 all 3 right down the pipe. And Canterbury quickly retires Chatham for the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 4, Isaac Bird.
Now Isaac Bird will stand in, batting in place of Racer in the number 8 spot. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Canterbury has such a tough wind-up and comes with so much energy. His hat's flown off on basically every one of these pitches so far. This time he changes it up with a curveball, but just missed. You could hear some of the cat calls from the Chapmanville side. They thought that was a strike. That's the first ball given up by Canterbury on his first 5 pitches. And then he just comes right back with gas, and that'll be strike 1 and 2. Canterbury quickly gets signing once from Thompson. This one will be hit between third and short, and that one's going to get through into left field for a hit. So Bird gives Lincoln County some life here in the top of the 5th inning. That'll bring up Walker Kessel, who took over on the mound and had himself a nice 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the 4th. The only inning Chapmanville hasn't scored in so far. Give him 1 run in the bottom of the 1st, 1 in the bottom of the 2nd, and 9 in the bottom of the 3rd. Canterbury misses high with a fastball, 1-0. Bird gets a decent lead over at first base. Fastball misses off the plate, 2-0. And Chapmanville just needing 2 more outs. Lincoln County needing 2 runs to extend this game. That one's going to miss low, 3-0. So Canterbury came out on fire. First 2 batters. And after that 1-2 hit, he's missed on his last 3 deliveries. And he gets back to work as he catches the inside corner, 3-1. We'll see if Kessel likes to take the bat off his shoulders here or not. Nope, instead it'll be ball 4. Lincoln County definitely with some life as the game extending run stands at first base. And we're back to the top of the order now for the Panthers as Grady Adkins grounded out back to Motto in the 1st inning and struck out against Motto in the 3rd inning. That one misses just a little outside, 1-0. Canterbury just want to settle in here and focus on the batter. And the base runners, not of much significance at the moment with an 11-0 lead. That time they give him the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Might need to find a hat that fits Canterbury. I don't know. Man, things come flying off on every fastball he's thrown here in the 5th inning. And a foul tip off of Thompson and back to the screen. And now Canterbury gets ahead 1-2. He struck out Chafin to begin the inning. A single by Bird and a walk to Kessel. Canterbury checks on the runner at second. Here comes the 1-2, and he misses low with it, 2-2. And that's what I said. At the moment, the runners on base really not a big threat to Canterbury. And his focus just needs to be on who's at the plate at the moment. He retires them. There's not much Lincoln County can do. And there's strike 3 on the outside corner as Atkins goes down on strikes for the second time tonight.
Now batting number 8, Talon Linville.
Now perhaps the last hope tonight for Lincoln County will be Talon Linville. And their best hitter, Starcher, standing on deck as he's hit 2 screamers tonight. One for a double and one a long fly out. And he comes with a curve that time and drops it in for a strike, 0-1. The throwback gets away from Canterbury, but the runners will hold. Again, Lincoln County needs to plate 2 to send this to the bottom of the 5th inning. Chapmanville just needs one more out to call it an evening. Strike 2 called on the outside corner, and Canterbury, after a brief struggle with his control, has now got things back in order. And now just needs one more strike. Put this Tuesday night to bed. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Canterbury works around the single and walk here in the top of the 5th inning, records a pair of strikeouts. And Chapmanville, a dominant performance here tonight as they win it 11-0. Again, 11 runs on 12 hits, no errors for Chapmanville, no runs on 3 hits and 1 error for Lincoln County. And Chapmanville continues to roll through the early part of this season. And another big win added to the Tigers here tonight. So they'll get a couple days off and they'll return to action on Saturday. And Chapmanville going to try and rest up, get a little bit of a spring break in themselves. And us for Chapmanville Tennis, we'll be on the road to Sissonville tomorrow, so we'll be heading up towards Charleston area. And good luck to our kids as well up there, and good luck to Chapmanville later this week. Good luck to the Lady Tigers in softball as well. Again, good starts to the season for all 3, and hopefully things will continue rolling for the Tigers this spring. And we're glad you were with us here tonight on Video Productions. So we want to thank Robbie Mounts, our camera operator, Sydney Mayo, our engineer, Butch Mounts, the CEO and godfather of Video Productions. Want to thank him again for the opportunity to be here tonight. I'm Chris Kidd saying so long this evening from Ted Ellis Field as the Chapmanville Tigers win it 11-0 over the Lincoln County Panthers. Good night, everyone, here from Video Productions.